Welcome everyone to yet another episode of Noobert Plays. Today we got our hands on a copy of King Under the Mountain. This game was just released a few hours ago at the time of this recording, and I would like to thank the devs for sending us a key to this promising game. Now to explain, King Under the Mountain is a colony survival simulator not much unlike Rimworld or Dwarf Fortress. You will need to gather resources and build your base, defend it from enemies, and help your people prosper. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. Now, I don't think I need to say it, but this game for indie games has one of the best soundtracks I have heard in quite a long time. This is an early alpha version of the game with many more features and gameplay elements still to be implemented. Your intrepid band of dwarven settlers has chosen this area to found a new colony of their kingdom. Food, shelter, and prosperity for them, and who knows, maybe one day this will be the capital of a kingdom of its own. So we do need to use the tutorial because I haven't touched this game yet. I wanted to have a completely genuine experience with you guys here to see it. So I haven't done anything at all, so we're going to be learning and playing this together. So one of the first things we're going to want to do is we're probably going to want to get zones down, right? Pretty simple. We got crafting up here so we can choose what we want to do. It looks like they're just going to maintain these amounts based on what I set, which is similar to Lords and Valens, which I need to cover as well for you guys. You can also click the speed icons to change the speed of the base game. So if we hit play, they're now going to start going about. They're going to kind of loiter around. They're not going to do too much. They'll automatically go to speed 4 while they're asleep. That's nice. And if the game is not saved automatically, we can hit F5 to quick save. Yep, you can see that little icon showing up right there. Yeah. Your settlers have 3 basic needs to fill: food, drink, and somewhere to sleep. Although they will complain about it, for now they can drink from the nearby river and sleep on the ground. What they can't do is magic up some food for nowhere. So at least not without a major round. So we will focus on food to begin with. The first thing you should do each spring is ensure that enough crops have been planted for the harvest in autumn. Farming is a reliable and sustainable food source, but you need to make sure you have enough crops to feed your population between each annual harvest. A good rule of thumb to follow is to ensure you have 10 tiles of crops being sown for each settler in your population. Currently, there are 7 settlers milling around, which means we're going to need to make 70 farm plots. All right, there we go. And then we need 10 seed tiles and 32 tools tiles. All right, first of all, I want to say that, here, let me get some of this out of the way so we can see it. If you look down here, you can see the animations. They're pretty simple, but it's colorful, and they're moving around. It's pretty satisfying. I'm sure when you get a lot more people, it looks kind of nuts, which can be pretty interesting. Keep the game interesting. If you look over here, ooh, we got elephants too. All right, I need to finish this tutorial really quick. Probably skip through it because you guys don't care about that. You want to see the game, what it's about, and decide whether you want to get it or not. So without further ado, let me bust through this and then get back to showing you guys this game, yeah? So we need 10 seed tiles and 32 tools tiles. I don't know about you guys, but corn is pretty important to me. All right, this prepares the plot to be sown. But you need to select which crop to grow on each farm plot before a farmer will come and plant the relevant seeds. Your settlers have brought with them a selection of different seeds. You can click resources in the upper right, get a breakdown of the items in your settlement. For the seeds to actually be available to your farmers, they need to be in a stockpile compared to being held in a dwarf's inventory like they are currently. Click zones, stockpile seeds. So now they're going to start dumping things where they need to dump things. It'll be organized. You might be able to achieve a higher level of organization than you could in Rimworld playing this game. Just because it's not so monotonous to keep everything sorted. It's very specific to what can be put where. And we're sleeping on the floor, aren't we, lady? Alright, so we need to put down a water barrel, a kitchen workshop, a cauldron, and food tiles. Alright. The crops will now grow and eventually be harvested by your farmers in the autumn. Some crops can be planted again later in the year and survive through the winter, but some do not. To get the most out of your crops, it's best to produce soup from the vegetables harvested or bread from grain. Let's get a kitchen set to produce soup. Once your crops are ready, go to the top level menu, the zone's kitchen. Yeah, it's going to have to be outside for now, but we can move it inside later, yeah? All right, then we can build. And if we go to, let's see. All right, so if you click on a zone, you can actually select the buildings that are for that zone. And this limits you from building things that shouldn't go places. So we'll put that there. Put the kitchen workshop right next to that. We can get a water barrel right over here. There we go. We also need to place 10 food tiles. So let's go and do that. Let's go to stockpiles. Food. We'll put 10 of them right there. And everything's outside right now, but we'll move inside later. Alright, they're still digging everything out, so let's speed this up. This is taking a while. Oh, there you go. The cauldron's done. Oh, the water barrel's done. They're going to get the kitchen worktop next, I think. So far, for what I'm seeing, this game starts a little slow since we're learning, you know? But I'm pretty sure it's going to go really fast when you actually know how to play. So, when your crops have been harvested, cooks will bring vegetables to the kitchen worktop before adding them. Here, let me do this. Kitchen worktop before adding them to the cauldron with water and producing soup. Making soup and baking bread means your food supplies will go much further. Single vegetable will feed a dwarf for a single meal, but 3 vegetables cooked in the soup will provide 12 meals. So there is a bit of a balance there with nutrition. You kind of dilute your food into water. Eventually, this kitchen will produce a cauldron full of steaming hot soup, but the cooks didn't like other dwarves getting in the way in their kitchen, so instead you need to have the soup brought to a feasting hall for the whole settlement to enjoy. Designate a feasting hall by clicking on Zone's Feasting Hall, then add a cauldron to it. Note that a feasting hall cauldron won't be placed until a cauldron containing a thick, delicious soup is available. Alrighty, so let's go to Zone's Feasting Hall. We'll do that right here for now. We'll put a feasting table right here. Get a cauldron right there. Get a water barrel in here. We'll get the serving table. We'll put that right here. Yeah, I messed that up. Let's cancel that. And get our cauldron moved, furniture. It's kind of interesting that I'm building everything outside because we're not digging into the mountains yet. We go to orders. I can tell them to mine out the mountain, honestly. Which is something I'll probably do after I'm done with the tutorial, just so we can get this out of the way. Over time, you're going to want to expand your food production, but this will keep our small settlement nourished for the upcoming winter. Your settlers have brought rations to sustain them while the first crop grow. Most items and furniture are produced out of wood planks or stone blocks. It's important to maintain a large supply of these. Wooden planks are produced in a sawmill, and stone blocks are crafted by a stonemason. In a masonry workshop, place one of each of these zones. Alright. Also, if we come up this way, this is where the mountain actually is. I didn't realize we were just looking at the skirting of the mountain. This place is huge. Look at that map. Big forest over here. Big open plots of land. You just come through here, and it looks like this game is still early access, so there's a lot of features that are still missing. But the devs are really cool. The guy that's making this game is a super cool dude. And it's very promising. I expect this game to go a long way. So I'm excited to see where it goes and have an extra game on my list to play. When, you know, maybe I don't feel like playing Rimworld this day. Maybe I want to play some King Under the Mountain. And that's how it's been. That's how it's been, you know? It used to be that way with Stone Earth, but I just got so tired of Stone Earth. Alright, so we need to make 0 of 2 logs. Be careful with mining. A mined out area of 7x7 tiles without a pillar built within that area will collapse. So, you can have mine collapse. We'll take a look at this. It's dull stone rock wall. Okay, so let's try this then. They can chop these trees too. Alright. So they're going to chop the trees. They're going to dig out this rock here, and we're going to see where they go with it. Yeah? Right, look at that. Our seeds are being planted, which is pretty nice. Honestly, having the seeds planting is going to give us the food that we need before winter. So that's going to be very good for us. They're cutting down the trees, so we can get the logs that we want pretty quick, too. I don't think you guys got names yet. We have Kittleth Undertooth over here. How you doing, Undertooth? You can sleep by the river? That's actually probably the most peaceful place for him to sleep. Ooh, would you look at that? You see the mouse has like a glowing light around it? Lights up wherever you're going to click. Oh, you can see how the lighting works in this game, too. Look at that, the shadows. It's not bad. They actually have like decent lighting in this game for being a 2D game. That's pretty cool. I like that. And you kind of like Rimworld, you break them out and you get stone chunks. You 2 of 40 blocks. You know what we're gonna do here? We're gonna cancel this. We're gonna give up on that for now. We're gonna come up this way. We're gonna mine. I just want you to tear a hole into this mountain right here, yeah? That's what I want you guys to do. We do want to maintain a lot of cut trees, so since they finished that work, we'll probably get them to cut some more. There's actually not a lot of trees to chop. That's something to keep in mind, I guess, as you play this game. There's not a lot of wood to go around. I mean, they're dwarves, though. What do they need wood for? They're stonemasons. This game is exciting. I think it's going to end up being closer to Dwarf Fortress. Unfortunately, they had to give up on Z levels. They ran into a similar issue that Rimworld did with their code being extra fun. You know, it happens. Game develop is a very arduous task. I did game development for 2 years, and I have a deep a deep respect for anybody that's able to make games. Plus side is after I did game development for 2 years, I'm able to fix my broken games sometimes. All right, would you look at that? So, our carrot plants, they're growing good. The corn's growing good. Looks like we ran out of corn seeds, so we're gonna actually plant wheat over here if we can. You know what? No, we're gonna plant barley. So we need to have beer for our dwarves, don't we? They drink ale, don't they? Finest ale in the kingdom, right? I still really, really enjoy the soundtrack for this game. It's very good. It's very nice. Alrighty. You can see the workers are scrambling around, finishing all their tasks. We're about halfway done filling out the tutorial order there. Now, the further away the task is from where they eat and sleep, the longer it's going to take to get it done because they're going to keep walking back and forth. So you got to consider all that travel time. Anything that's more than 7 by 7 is at risk of collapse in the mountains. So you want to be careful about how you're digging. That's 6 by 6, that's 6 by 6. Alrighty. This covers the basics of playing King Under the Mountain. For your next challenge, aim to set up a functioning metalworks with a forge provided with fuel and refined metal ore. Refined metal ores are produced at the ore crushing station and can be fueled. Oh, and fuel can be crushed from coal or produced. Oh, okay, okay. We're going to put it over here because we got iron right here. Oh, no, that's sandstone. Ooh. Alright, this is... That's ore. Alright, we got more ore right here. Guess we'll just put it closest to the nearest ore, and then we'll have to haul our coal over. So, zones. Metalworks. We'll plop it down right here. Put a coke oven right there. An ore crushing station can go right here. The bloomery furnace can go over here. And the forge can go right there. Oh, that's a little too close. Maybe not. I want to have some sense of structure here, so let's do that. Oh, the walls have to exist for the door to exist, do they? I'm surprised there's no decay on food left outdoors. That'll probably be added in the future. You don't want to leave your food outside. It just makes sense, you know? Don't leave your food outside. There's a lot of work going on here in this dwarven village. A great amount of work is going on. Honestly, you might as well actually use that space, or not. They'll just... Yep, that works fine. It takes a great amount of work to build walls, which is another thing to encourage the player to build inside the mountain. This game does have mod support, so just keep that in mind as this game grows. The modding community is going to carry it. This game has so much potential, and I can only imagine what the modding community is going to do to it. There we go. I forgot to dismiss it. I'm sorry. We could have used a lot more of that space for zooming and whatever on the footage. So we take a look at our settlers here. We can take a click on them. And we can set what their tasks are. So this dude's a stonemason. Everybody's happiness is pretty low. It's mostly because they're sleeping outside. So, we have 2 miners, 2 woodcutters, we have a blacksmith, carpenters, and 3 stonemasons, alright? So it looks like they have to bring 4 bricks to each wall before it can be built. Which is an interesting way of following how much work needs to be done. I need to stop moving it. So he gets 3 there. Oh, he just needs 3. Alright, so that means these ones are all ready to be built as well. Yep. It looks like we have the basis for what we want to keep a maintenance amount. Like basically the bare minimum of what we want to have on resources you can set. And they'll maintain those stockpiles for you. So you don't need to think about it too terribly much. You can rename bedrooms too so you can tell what each zone is. Which will help you stay organized. It's a good way to stay organized, at least, being able to rename zones. Oh, jeez. About this and my inability to tell them to go put it out. Yeah, they're going to go about their day while all their supplies burn. That's highly concerning. Alright, looks like the fire put itself out. I guess that's one thing to figure out how to do yourself. Alright, zones, bedroom. You expand it. Yeah, that fire was very concerning. At least we figured out how to put it out, though. What burned up, though? 18 charred ash destroyed by fire. We lost a lot of wood and we lost some tools. Looks like my anvil wouldn't burn, though, which is good. It's good to know that steel doesn't burn in this game. Alright, yeah, let's get this building done immediately. Oh, jeez. Lightning is scary in this game, bros. Lightning is super scary in this bro games. Okay. So everybody's sleeping again. Looks like it's raining outside. No, that's snow. Snow flurry, so it's our first winter. Whoa! There goes the snow. Oh, and they have new textures for everything that's outside too. I like how the tiles just kind of change like that though. I don't want to say it's home, but you know, this might be our way into the mountain. This is the front door that wraps around and connects with the old project. Because everything's over here anyways. We're just slowly gonna want to move our work inside. Working outside sucks. He died due to... What the heck? There's water right here, buddy. Where'd he die at? Is it gonna show on the minimap? I just figured if he died, it was far away from work, yeah? Or far away from home, but no. Alright, we have to raise the priority on the water as well, okay. Heck yeah, dude! Oh, it took so long! It's finally done! Oh my god! Yeah. It took so long to build that. It's just so satisfying to see it finally built. Yeah, they're just waiting on ore, I guess. Tantrums in this game, from what I understand, were just recently added. They're still being fleshed out, so I think it just tells you that they had a tantrum. They don't do anything, which means they're not the end of the world. You just gotta make sure people don't die. Well, that's no good. Why would you guys break the cauldron? That's dumb. And I'll slowly build walls around all these buildings too. Make it look nice, you know what I mean? With that said, this game is pretty good. Now, for the sake of time, I got other things I have to work on. This game is very good. If you guys like the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get the game for yourself, there's a link in the description to my curated list of games that I have built for you guys. You can buy those games on Nexus. It's the same price as it'd be anywhere else. The only difference is that part of that comes to me, so you can help support me and get the game you're going to get anyways. So it's a win-win for both of us. So feel free to check out Nexus and buy some games there if you're planning on getting any at all, especially this game. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video.